Agents and victims of crimes police say were committed by undocumented immigrants, going after Vice President Harris over her expected rally here with Beyonce.
Today, Kamala is here in Texas to rub shoulders with woke celebrities. Isn't that exciting? But she's not going to meet with any of the victims of migrant crime.
Overnight, Trump amping up his attacks on the administration's border policies, arguing they turned America into a, quote, garbage can.
When Kamala came in, she deliberately dismantled our border and threw open the gates. We're a dumping ground. We're like a garbage can for the world.
Harris firing back.
You know, it's just another example of how he really belittles our country.
While Trump today denying the claim by his former chief of staff, John Kelly, that he fits the definition of a fascist.
There was phony stories by a general that got fired. When you fire people for doing a bad job, they get a little bit angry.
And slamming Harris for repeating them.
She did call me a fascist, and everyone knows that's not true. They call me everything until, something sticks.
Trump also using his visit to Austin to record an interview with popular podcaster Joe Rogan, whose audience includes many of the politically disengaged young men the former president's campaign hopes to turn into Trump voters. And while Harris has the advantage with young voters overall, a new NBC News Gen Z poll shows among young men, Trump is only down by 2 points, within the margin of error.
I don't trust Kamala to run this country.
We spoke to new Trump supporters at Arizona State.
I like his policy on closed borders, and I don't like illegal immigration.
He talks like I talk with my friends.
Aiden Garth is a regular Joe Rogan listener and voted early for Trump.
If people sit down and actually watch the full long-term interview, I think they'll see more kind of who Trump is, kind of not the evil guy that everyone makes him out to be.
Meanwhile, Trump is facing an allegation of groping from former model Stacey Williams, who says it happened more than 30 years ago in Trump Tower, when Jeffrey Epstein brought her to see Trump.
Just as soon as Donald saw us, his arms were around me and he pulled me into him, and then the groping started. And I just froze.
Williams is a Democrat who first told her story publicly this week on a Zoom call, Survivors for Kamala. NBC News spoke to 7 people who said Williams had told them about it between 2006 and 2022. The Trump campaign notes the accusation came 2 weeks before the election and says it is, quote, unequivocally false.
And Garrett, it's notable that both Trump and Harris are spending time in a state that is not a presidential battleground.
That's true, Lester, but it does have a competitive Senate race. Republican Ted Cruz appearing here with Donald Trump today. His Democratic challenger, Colin Allred, expected to share the stage tonight with Vice President Harris in Houston.